Hello Primary 5 and welcome to your writing lesson for this week. This week we're going to be exploring a new genre of writing called report writing. Now we haven't looked at this yet in Primary 5, however you've looked at it in Primary 4 and in Primary 3, so there'll be some new bits of learning for you and some bits that will be familiar already. So we're learning to write a report. So where have you heard of reports before? So you might have heard of a report in a newspaper where a journalist publishes a report on a piece of news. A scientist might write a report about something new that they've discovered or found out. You might see a report maybe in a fact book on a new animal that's been found or that provides you with all information. You might see a report in a fact file in an information leaflet for attractions such as Landmark or Cadonas, where it's got all the information about the attraction condensed into a leaflet. You also might have heard the report because we speak about school reports at the end of each term. So a report tends to give the reader information about something. Now, in a newspaper report, the information will be about the news. In the science report, it might be about the new piece of science. The fact file will be about an animal or something else. And your school report gives information about your learning and how you've been getting on at school that term. So just a thinking point before we go any further. A report is not a personal piece of writing. So it's important that we stick to the facts and do not include any of our own thoughts or feelings in this type of writing. So this is a model example of our piece of report writing and that I'm going to read out to you. So it starts. Inverness. Inverness is located in the north of Scotland. It is often referred to as the capital of the Highlands since it is the biggest town in the Highlands of Scotland. It has a population of 46,870 people. What to do? There are lots of things to do in Inverness. On a lovely and hot summer's day, people could visit Ness Islands beside the river and walk their dog. They could also visit the skate park and practice skills on their skateboard or scooter. Beside the skate park, there's a mini golf course that some people say is great fun. If the weather was rainy or cold, people could visit the aquadome to go swimming or the Eastgate shopping centre to look round the shops. Places to eat. There are many restaurants in Inverness. At the Eastfields Retail Park, there's Burger King, Pizza Hut, Nando's and Frankie and Benny's. In the town centre, there are a number of smaller cafes and coffee shops. There are also other restaurants in the centre of town, however they tend to be busy. Community celebrations. Inverness has a number of community celebrations throughout the year. At Christmas time, there is normally a parade through the town centre when the Christmas lights are switched on. People line the streets and hope to catch a glimpse of Santa and his reindeers. There's also celebrations for Bonfire Night on the 5th of November, where people gather at Butt Park to watch the lighting of the bonfire and a spectacular fireworks display. So, our success criteria for step 5 is I must include a title, I must include an introductory paragraph, I must organise my information into categories, I must include an illustration or diagram, I must write in the third person, and I must use some language that describes and or differentiates. Now, normally in class you would get the model piece of report writing and you would get the success criteria and you would assess the piece of writing and try and find the success criteria. So I have done that for you today and I think we should talk through it so that you know what's expected of a quality piece of report writing. So, Inverness is the title. Now that was our yellow success criteria and that is highlighted in yellow here. So this tells the reader that the piece of text will be about Inverness. That's the title. The introductory paragraph is highlighted in green. It introduces the reader to what the writing is going to be about. Our next piece of success criteria to organise our information into categories is highlighted in blue. Highlighted is what to do, places to eat and community celebrations, and the information under each of these headings follows what the heading says. So the information isn't jumbled up, all the information about what to do is in the what to do paragraph. I must include an illustration or diagram. There's an image of Ness Walk highlighted in pink and an image of Butt Park highlighted in pink. I must use the third person. Now, in this type of writing, we're not using words like I or you. Instead, we're using people or they because it gives information. It's not our opinion, it's what other people it's to give information to other people. For example, in the bit here that says, beside the skate park, there's a mini golf course that some people say is great fun. I'm not saying that I think it's great fun or my friends think it's great fun, just some people. So it's general. Finally, the sort of bluey green colour highlights language that describes and differentiates. Now in this example, it's more description than differentiation. So language that describes the area or describes what the heading says. So we've got lovely, hot, fun, good, spectacular, and so on. So your task today, which I've set as an assignment on Microsoft Teams that I'd like you to hand in, is to create a report on the village that you live in. Now, for most of you, this will be Hopeman, but some of you might choose to do somewhere else that you live, for example, Duffus or Cummingston. However, you can pick Hopeman as it's got more to write about. Your success criteria is what we discussed earlier, and you're learning to give information about something. Now, to start off your writing today, as always, we plan our writing before we start. So I've given you an example of what your plan could look like. You can write this on a sheet of paper. In the middle of my plan, I've got the title in a circle. And then I've got my first paragraph, which is going to be my introduction. Now, part of the success criteria is to have a title and an introduction, so everybody's plans should have these. The following 3 headings, I have given you things to do, places to eat or stay, and community celebrations. Note information underneath in bullet points that you could write about. For example, for community celebrations, you might mention the Hopeman Gala. And you guys will know so much more about things to do in Hopeman and places to eat or stay that I'll let you think of yourself. So note down the information in bullet points underneath the headings. And remember just to use notes and not write in full sentences because this is just a plan. Now, I've suggested headings for you, but if you can think of better headings, feel free to use your own. Also, if you would like a challenge, feel free to have another extra heading so you've got 4 other paragraphs. So complete your plan and then start your writing. Your writing is to be handed in as an assignment on Microsoft Teams. Remember, boys and girls, that we often will do our plan and a little bit of writing and then we'll come back to it later on in the week. So feel free to just do your plan today and then maybe start your writing tomorrow. Take your time and try your best. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me through Teams and I will try my best to help you. I'm looking forward to seeing your work. Bye for now.